Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, this would be a solo episode, just your host only. Of course, this episode will be coming on all four of our platforms: our Instagram account, our Facebook account, our YouTube account, and our Apple Podcast account. So let's go ahead and dive into episode 103. We're starting things off hot right out of the gate. I'll be sharing my thoughts on the Eastern and Western Conference of finals that are taking place right now in the NBA playoffs. So you guys might say, why? If you guys watching the video, watching it, what the hell is Thomas doing today? Well, today is a celebration. We are celebrating. If you're a Miami Heat fan, give yourself a pat on the back because the Miami Heat are just one game away from reaching the NBA Finals. That Miami Heat are one game away from making the NBA Finals. So it's time for a celebration, baby. We got the cup in our hand. We celebrating. We live, baby. And this one is a special cup because it's to the ESPN analytics, them ESPN nerd boys that swore up and down to the Miami Heat. They wrote the Miami Heat off into the sunset. They said the Miami Heat were not going to win the Eastern Conference Finals. Not even give us a flying chance. What did the ESPN analytics say at the beginning of last week? The Boston Celtics had a 97% chance to get to the NBA Finals. And what did the Miami Heat have? Just a solid 3% chance. Well, guess what? All of them ESPN analytics, all of them ESPN nerds working hard. I respect what you do, but your opinion was god awful. And on my cup, 3% my ass. You know that the Miami Heat were coming for them below Boston Celtics that y'all love so much to your hearts. It would have meant the world to ESPN to see the Boston Celtics back in the NBA Finals. But we here, we live, baby, and we drink on this cup. This is a celebration and a toast to the ESPN analytics only giving the Miami Heat a 3% chance to move on to the NBA Finals. Now, we are just one game away from getting to the NBA Finals. Woo! I ain't gonna tell y'all what's in my cup, but I wish y'all could taste it. We're gonna be lit all episode long. But let's get down to the business aspect of it. The Miami Heat are taking care of business in the Eastern Conference Finals right now. They are up 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Despite the fact that the Miami Heat are went up 2-0 on Friday night against the Boston Celtics, the reigning defending Eastern Conference champions Boston Celtics. The Miami Heat were up 2-0 at the time after Friday night. What did the ESPN analytics write up for the next morning, Saturday morning? They only gave the Miami Heat a 35% chance to win this series after going up 2-0, after stealing 2 games in Boston. That's still not good enough. Okay, you give the Miami Heat a 35% chance to still win this series when the next 2 games were in South Beach. Game 3, obviously in the rear view mirror, and Game 4 coming up tomorrow night, Tuesday night. But now that the Miami Heat won Game 3 last night, the Boston Celtics still have a 72% chance to get to the NBA Finals. ESPN analytics are still giving the Boston Celtics a chance to get to the NBA Finals to overcome a 3-0 deficit, something that no team in NBA history has ever done. The all-time record is 0-149 for teams trying to overcome a 3-0 deficit. But the ESPN analytics still love those dearly Boston Celtics and still giving them a 72% chance to advance to the NBA Finals. But let's get down to it. Real talk now. Let's get down to it. I'm really surprised that the Miami Heat stole 2 games in Boston. I'm really surprised that they stole those 2 games in Boston. Jimmy Butler, Game 1, showed up when it mattered most. Hit that clutch go-ahead 3 to help the Miami Heat seal up a win for Game 1 in Boston. I really like the way how they won that Game 1, overcame a halftime deficit, and never looked back. Then Game 2 Friday night, watching this game, I really thought that the Boston Celtics played well enough to win this game. They played well enough for 3 quarters, but you got to finish 4 quarters in the game of basketball, and they failed to do that in the 4th quarter. I really thought they had that in the bag, but it all turned around in the 4th quarter when Grant Williams hit a wide-open 3. Started chirping to the wrong guy. You barked up the wrong tree. talking trash to Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat took it personal. The Miami Heat went on a 20-9 run to help them secure Game 2 in Boston. That was a clutch performance from Jimmy Butler. That was a clutch performance from the whole entire Miami Heat team that's been playing very well in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're all playing well together. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin. Everybody's playing well for the Miami Heat right now. I'm very proud of those guys right now for the Miami Heat, leading the way for the Heat culture. But let's talk about Game 1, Game 2. Jason Tatum needs to be held accountable for the Boston Celtics trailing in this series. Could have won Game 1 or Game 2 having home court advantage in Boston if he tried to help his team actually win the damn game. He did not shoot the ball Game 1 in the fourth quarter at all, had 0 field goal attempts. And then he did not make a field goal in Game 2 in Boston Friday night. He did score in the fourth quarter, but all his points came from the free throw line. I need to see more from that from Jason Tatum. If you're one of the best players in the NBA, prove it to me. Playoffs is what matters most. Legacies are defined in playoffs. If you're not shooting the damn ball, how are we going to know how great you can be, Jason Tatum? This is somebody that was just in the NBA Finals. I'm not letting him off the hook. He is held responsible for what he did Game 1, Game 2. Matter of fact, Jason Tatum has not made a field goal this whole entire series in the fourth quarter because when the Miami Heat blew him out in Game 3, what I'm about to talk about next in a few moments, Jason Tatum the Boston Celtics pulled all their starters in the fourth quarter of Game 3. So Jason Tatum has yet to make a field goal in the fourth quarter of this entire series. That is huge, huge for the Boston Celtics. But like I said last night, the Game 3, the Miami Heat were dominating after the first quarter and never looked back. They had that game in the bag. They dominated in first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Fourth quarter, they went ahead and tapped out, threw the white flag in. We'll see you Game 4 in South Beach Tuesday night. That's how the mentality that the Boston Celtics had. And going into the fourth quarter, the Miami Heat were actually up 96, then 66 heading into the fourth quarter, had a comfortable 30-point lead, and actually won the game by 26 last night. So the Celtics showed no fight, no urgency to actually put up a fight. Think about it, the Boston Celtics actually won Game 3 last night. It could have been a pivotal series, potentially steal Game 2. Two games in Miami series being tied 2-2, Game 5 in Boston. The whole entire series would have been flipped around, but the Boston Celtics did not come to play in what really was a must-win situation. You can go ahead and win Game 4. We could rub it in your face and win Game 5 in Boston. We already beat your ass there twice. Excuse my French, but it's that cup talking. But I'm here. We live. We here to talk about the truth about the Boston Celtics. But thank you, ESPN, because I do believe that the analytics really did light a fire on the Miami Heat. I know Jimmy Butler, I know Eric Spoelstra and company saw that 3% chance that the ESPN analytics try to give the Miami Heat to beat the reigning defending Eastern Conference champions of the Boston Celtics. Again, my cup, 3% my ass. I wish I could taste what's in that cup. But let's talk about the Western Conference Finals. Right now, the Denver Nuggets are up on the Los Angeles Lakers. They hold a 3-0 series lead against the Los Angeles Lakers. They are one game away from also advancing to the NBA Finals. And to me, the Nuggets have officially punched their ticket, just like the Miami Heat, to the NBA Finals. There's no, like I just touched up on, there's no team that's ever overcame this obstacle in NBA history, no matter how good the team is, no matter what superstar has faced this deficit before. Nobody in NBA history has overcame these odds. It's too much to win 4 straight in a row in a 7-game series. Once you find yourself down 3-0, it's not going to happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets will be in the NBA Finals as well. But I am very proud of what I saw Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray do in this series thus far. They've been playing extremely well this series. Both have scored a combined 186 points throughout the first 3 games of this series. This is the dynamic duo. This is what I kept touching about on the podcast. Yes, the Lakers were my pick to win this series, But this is why I talked about on the podcast that once, if you get it, the Nuggets have not had a healthy Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. all together in the playoffs since the bubble, since the 2020 NBA playoffs. So the core, the trio has not been all together, all on the court at the same time, healthy during the NBA playoffs. This is the first time since the bubble that they've been healthy, and you see the success that they are having. They're just one game away from the NBA Finals. The duo of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray is real, and we're definitely seeing that in this NBA Western Conference Finals series. But let's be honest, the Lakers are trying. They are actually competing with the Nuggets. All three games have been competitive in my eyes. It's just that the Nuggets are the better team. The Lakers do not truly have an answer for the Los Angeles Lakers. They failed to have a great defensive game plan for Jamal Murray. Those defensive adjustments that Darvin Ham has been giving us left and right during the NBA playoff series. When the Lakers match up against the Grizzlies, I'm not seeing those same defensive adjustments. I'm not seeing those same defensive adjustments that we saw the Lakers when they took out the Golden State Warriors. It's just too much. The Nuggets are just a better overall team, hands down, top to bottom. The Los Angeles Lakers are just getting outplayed in this series. They've been outmatched. The Nuggets are just they have the better depth. They have the better roster. And they have the better. I should say they have a deeper bench. But I was wrong. The Lakers were my pick. I thought the Nuggets were facing the wrong team at the wrong time. But the Nuggets are just way better than the Lakers at this particular time. I thought that the Lakers will win this series in 7, but it's looking like the Nuggets will win this series in 5. I do believe that the Lakers will at least win Game 4 tonight. But the Nuggets are going to close this series out in 5. But those are my thoughts on the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals so far.